The purpose of this video is to be an answer key for pre-AP homework worksheet number 26, which is solving equations both one-step and two-step in the context of a problem situation or a word problem. If you previewed the Head Start video, you already knew which equations matched with which scenario based on keywords and key phrases to indicate certain operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. So now it is simply time to solve as you ordinarily would. For number 1, what's being done to the variable is it's being multiplied by 8.5 or 8.50. The opposite of that would be division. I'm going to put the original equation both in my solving work and also to have ready for the checking. The plan is to undo using the inverse of division. And then I'll use some scratch space at the bottom to do the division work. Doing 255 divided by 8.50 or 8.5. The divisor cannot be a decimal, it must be a whole number, and that requires multiplying by a power of 10, both to the divisor and to the dividend. 85 will go into 255 3 times, and into 0 times. So I believe that H is 30 hours. To verify that, it can be substituted into the original equation, and then the original equation can be simplified. One decimal place. I get 255 on the left-hand side, 255 on the right-hand side. Therefore, my solution of 30 is correct. For problem number 2, what's being done to the variable s is it's being divided by 2. The inverse of that would be to multiply by 2. I'm going to multiply this side of the equation by 2. Those would cancel. This side of the equation by 2. I'll need to do some more scratch work. Two decimal places. So I believe that S is equal to $86.60 in the context of the situation. That solution would then be substituted into the original equation. $86.60 if it was divided by 2. Yep, I can already see it's going to be $43.30, just as it should be. As with other assignments, you would receive credit for your do-undo charts, for the algebra solving work, for the solution, and for the checking. For number 3, what's being done to the variable is it's adding 6. The inverse of that would be subtracting 6. Get a solution of C equals 28, and when that solution is substituted into the original equation and simplified, I do get the same value on the left as I got on the right. Problem number 4, what's being done to the variable f is 79 is being subtracted. The inverse of that would be to add 79. I believe that f is equal to 297. To confirm that, I'll do a little scratch work to the side. 297 minus 79. And I do get 218 on the left-hand side when it's simplified, and 218 on the right-hand side. Problem number 5 is a two-step equation, so I'm going to run through the order of operations mentally. I see that there are no parentheses, there are no exponents, then multiplication or division. There is division. The C is being divided by 4. There is also addition, that 5 is being added. The inverses of these would be to subtract 5 and to multiply by 4. That will be done in reverse, like unwrapping a gift or like following PEMDAS backwards. The first thing to undo will be the addition. The inverse of that would be subtracting 5. So my first equivalent equation is going to be C over 4, or C divided by 4 is equal to 12. Then I'll undo the division with multiplying by 4. And I believe that C is 48. To verify that, substitute 48 and simplify the left-hand side like you would simplify an order of operations problem. 48 divided by 4 is 12, and 12 plus 5 is 17. And I get a true statement, so I know it works. For problem number 6, that's also a two-step equation, so I'm going to run through order of operations in my head. There are no parentheses, there are no exponents. There is multiplication though, the h is touching with 10, that means it's being multiplied by 10. I also see subtracting 15. The inverses of that would be to add 15 and to divide by 10. That will be done in reverse. First, I'll undo the subtraction. 45 plus 15 would be 60. Then I will do division by 10 to undo the multiplying by 10. And I get h is equal to 6. To verify this, 10 times 6 is 60. And 60 minus 15 simplifies to be 45. So I get true statements. For the purposes of checking, it would continue to be 4 checks for each problem. And there are 6 problems, which makes 24 check marks. And when you see a score on Google Classroom, it's calculated at 4 points apiece.